CE Board November 2025. A prop beam having a span of 20 meters carries a triangular load which varies from 10 kilonewton per meter at the fixed end to 0 at the other support. Compute the maximum deflection of the beam. Take EI as a constant. Let us solve this using the theorems of area moment. So I have drawn here the prop beam. It doesn't matter which side is the fixed end and which side is the roller support. Then below is the moment diagram by parts. This red triangle will be 20 times R sub A. So that's this force times the moment arm of 20. And this green spandrel is the moment diagram of this triangular load, which is negative 1/2 times the base, which is 20, times the height, which is 10, times the moment arm. That should be 1/3 of 20. So this is negative 666.667. Now I have sketched the elastic curve, this blue curve here. Starting at B, goes down and goes back. And then this magenta line is a tangent line drawn to point B. So since the slope here at B is 0, that means the tangent line is horizontal. So that means there is no deviation at A from a tangent drawn to point B. Okay, so let's start at B, then it's going to deviate from the elastic curve, and then at A, it will eventually meet with the elastic curve again. So there's no more deviation here at point A. We can say deviation at A, tangent drawn to B equals 0. And deviation of A tangent to B is 1 over EI times the area of the moment diagram between AB times distance to the centroid measured from A. Let's call that bar X sub, and this is equal to 0. If we multiply both sides of the equation by EI, this EI on the left side will cancel out, and then the right side will remain 0. So the left side of the equation is the moment of area of the moment diagram between A and B. And that is equal to, let's start with the red one. That's a right triangle, so that's the area is 1/2 times the base times the height, which is 20 times R sub A, times the moment arm from A, that's 2/3 of 20, minus 1/4 times the base times the height times the moment arm, which is 4/5 of 20, equals 0. Okay, so the first term is 20 times 20 times 20 over 3. We can cancel out 2. So 20 times 20 20 is 8,000. That's 8,000 over 3 times R sub A. And this one, inside the parentheses, let's compute this one. This will be equal to 53,333.36. So let's just copy this, and then let's subtract it here. Then that's minus that equals 0. So from here, we can now solve R sub A. R sub A equals, this when transposed to the right side becomes positive, and then we'll multiply this by 3 and divide everything by 8,000. And our R sub A is equal to 20 kilonewtons. Now, before we can solve the maximum deflection, we need to locate where this maximum deflection will occur. In the next figure, we have here the location of the maximum deflection measured as x from A. We know that the maximum deflection is the lowest point of the elastic curve. So if I'm going to draw a tangent line at the point of maximum deflection, that tangent line will be a horizontal line, like this red line here. So x is the location of the maximum deflection. That means we need to know the intensity of the load at this point. Let's call that h. And by ratio and proportion, h is to x as to this 10 here is to the total length of 20, or h equals x over 2. Now looking at these tangent lines, you will see that at point B, the tangent line is horizontal. That means the slope at point B is 0. And then the tangent line at point C, let's call this point C. So the tangent line at point C is also horizontal. That means the slope here at C is also 0. That means the change in slope from C to B or from B to C is 0 because the slope here is 0 and the slope at C is also 0. So there is no change in slope. That means theta sub BC equals 0. And then from the theorems of area moment, the change in slope is equal to 1 over EI times the area of the moment diagram between B and C. So that's change in slope from B to C. And this is equal to 0. Then we will find the area of the moment diagram between B and C and equate that to 0. So to solve the area between B and C, we need the magnitude of the bending moment at point C, here and here. Start with the triangle. At a distance x from the support, the magnitude of the moment diagram due to RA is R sub A times x. And since we know R sub A is equal to 20 kilonewtons, this is 20 times x. So that will be the magnitude of the moment diagram here at point X from A. Then the magnitude of the moment diagram for this triangular loading, that's the area times the moment arm of this part of the triangular load. So that's 1/2 times X, that's the base, times the height, H, times the moment arm from H, that's X divided by 3. But H is equal to this one, X over 2. So this becomes X over 2. So we have X times X times X, which is X cubed, divided by 2 times 2, 4 times 3, 12. So this is X cubed over 12, or negative X cubed over 12. Now let's solve the area of the moment diagram between B and C. This shaded part of the moment diagram by parts will be the area of the moment diagram between B and C. We already know this to be, copy this, 20 times X, and this one here is negative X cubed over 12. By the way, since we know R sub A, this is 20 times 20 or 400. And let's copy this, put it here. Here, if I multiply the whole equation by EI, this EI on the left side of the equation will cancel out, and we're left with this equation. Area of the moment diagram between points B and C is equal to 0. So let us solve the area. So how can we solve this area? This red trapezoid here is actually equal to this triangle minus this small triangle. And this green part of the spandrel is equal to the whole spandrel minus this part here. That's 1/2 times 400 times the base, and that's 20. Minus this small triangle, 1/2 times the height, which is 20 times X, times the base, which is X. So this is for the red trapezoid. For the green part, that's minus the big spandrel first, 1/4 times 666.67 times 20 minus, let's bring this one down a little bit, 1/4 times the height, which is this one, times the base, which is X. So this is the area of this green portion of the spandrel. Now this is equal to, so we only have X as the unknown. Let's simplify this one. And let's also arrange the order of the degree of X. So let's start with this. So this is negative, and this is minus here. So this becomes positive. X cubed times X is X to the 4th. 4 times 12 is 48. So our first term becomes X to the 4th divided by 48. We have this X squared term here. So that's 20 over 2 is minus 10 times X squared. And then the constant terms minus this one equals positive 666.665. So this is plus 666.665 equals 0. Then let's multiply the whole equation by 48. So we don't have a denominator here. So this becomes 480. Well, this is 48 times this equals 31,999.92, or say 32,000. 32,000. Okay, so we are going to find the roots of this equation. For now, we can ask MATCAD to give us the answer. Let's go to Symbolics. Solve for X. And X is here. We have 4 roots or 4 answers. 20, of course, at 20, that's at the fixed end. The slope is 0. So this is correct. We don't use negative answers here. So it's either 20 or this one. But we know that 20 is at the fixed end. So the answer must be this one. How much is this? Our X is equal to 4 times the square root of 5, or that is 8.944 meters. Towards the end of this video, I will show you other methods of solving X. And you can also solve this using your calculator, because some calculators nowadays is capable of solving this kind of equation. So let's solve for the deflection first, and then later we'll use other methods to solve for X. Going back at the figure above, if we consider this red tangent line, at point A, you will see that there is a gap or deviation between this tangent line and this blue elastic curve. So that deviation is called the deviation at A tangent drawn to C, which is at the same time equal to the maximum deflection. So again, Y sub max, or the maximum deflection, equals the deviation at point A tangent drawn to C. So maximum deflection is 1 over EI times the moment of area of that part of the moment diagram, which is at the distance X from A. So that's, where is it? This one here, this part here. So the magnitude of the moment diagram due to the reaction is 20 times X, and due to the triangular load is X cubed over 12. So that's 1/2 times the height, which is 20 times X, times the base, which is X, times the moment arm measured from point A. So it will be 2/3 of x minus that of the spandrel, 1/4. By the way, it's a third degree spandrel because that is due to the triangular loading, times the height, which is, where is it? S1, x cubed over 12, times the base, which is x, times the moment arm, and that should be 4/5 of x. Okay, since we already have the value for x, let's use this and substitute that here. So this becomes 4 times the square root of 5. This becomes 4 times the square root of 5. This will become 4 times the square root of 5, as well as this one, and this, and this. Okay, so how much is this? That is equal to 3816.223. Maximum deflection equals 3816.223 over, and that is letter E, this one. Okay, let's go back to this equation, this one. Let's solve for x using other methods. First, let's use the quadratic formula. We will let x squared equal to another variable, let's say z. So this equation becomes, this becomes z, while this becomes z squared. Now we can use the quadratic formula. Say z sub 1 equals the negative of b, which is negative 480, plus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. And this is equal to 400. Then using the negative radical, let's call this z2. This will be negative, and our answer is 80. But x squared is equal to z from here. So that means x equals the square root of z. So we are going to have 4 answers here. Let's call the first one x sub 1 equals the square root of, let's start with 400, equals 20 meters. The other one, x sub 2, will be the negative of this one. That's negative 20. Then x sub 3, this is the square root of 80 equals 8.944. This will be our answer. The other one is the negative of this. So our answer is 8.944. Next method. What if you forget? It's really impossible, but what if you forget the quadratic formula? How are you going to solve this one? And you don't have one of those calculators that can solve this. So let's try factoring. The constant term is so big, and there are several factors that will give you 32,000. So it will take time to find those factors. That will also add up to negative 480. So let's not focus on the factors of the constant term 32,000. Instead, let's do the coefficient of x squared, the middle term. We know that the middle term is the sum of the factors of the constant term. Let's say I'm going to divide this by 2. That's negative 240 plus negative 240. I should have negative 480. So that satisfies our middle term. But if I'm going to multiply this, I'll change the operation to multiplication. I'll get 57,600, not 32,000. Okay, so obviously this is not the correct factor. Maybe the correct sum, but so let's say I'm going to subtract a value from this one. Let's say I subtract say 5, and I will add the same value here, 5. That should total to negative 480 still. However, the product is still not 32,000. I can keep on subtracting and adding the same number, so I will get the same sum, but I'm not getting the correct factor. So instead of a number, I'll use a variable. Let's say u. This should be equal to 32,000. So our problem now is to solve for u. The left side of the equation becomes negative 240 square minus u square. Then I can transpose this first term to the right. That will be minus this. And how much is this? Let's evaluate that. Equals negative 25,600. So this becomes negative 25,600. And I will multiply negative 1 to both sides of the equation. This becomes positive. This becomes positive. And therefore, u is the square root of 25,600. That's 160. Or plus and minus 160. Or we can just use 160. This factor now is equal to negative 400. While this factor equals negative 80. So if I'll use the negative sign, this one becomes negative 80, while this one becomes negative 400. So it's still the same. So the factors are negative 400 and negative 80. So this equation will now become, the factor of x to the fourth is x squared times x squared. And the factor of 32,000 is negative 400 and negative 80. When this product is equal to 0, either one of these factors is 0. So this can be 0 or this can be 0. And solving for x will have the same values as this one. We'll end up with x equal to 8.94 as our answer. So that's the second method. Still have one more. Let's copy this one again. Another method is by providing guess values for x. But not just any guess values. Let's look at the elastic curve. We know that x should be less than 1/2 of the span length. With the span equal to 20, half of that is 10, because if you can see, the maximum deflection should be somewhere here at the left side of the midspan. So x cannot be more than 10, so it should be less than 10, but most likely between 5 to 10. Let's try a guess value of 9.5. How much is this? This is equal to negative 3,000. It's not even close to 0. Let's try 9. Okay, it's getting smaller. Let's try 8. Now it becomes positive and more than 0. So it should be more than 8. Let's say 8.5. So it's going back closer to 0. Let's try 8.8. 825, 8.9, 253. We have already tried 9. It's negative. Let's try 8.95. Okay, it's negative. Let's reduce this to 8.94. It's closer to 0 now. That's positive 24. Let's say 945 comes negative. So let's reduce this to 944. Now it's positive. 9445. 9444. Still negative. Let's say 9442. 0.412. So if we are going to use 3 decimal places, our answer will be 8.94. So again, the answer to this problem is letter E, 3816 over EI.